President once coined the statement, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness into the United States Declaration of Independence. There are many problems in life that interfere with this statement, but the public issue of illegal alcohol sales to minors is one of the most popular. This problem occurs all across the U.S., but it happened to my friend right here in my hometown. One night, my childhood friends and his friends went out partying. That night, he did not return home because he swerved against a deer and ran off the side of the road. Businesses must ID customers before alcohol is ever distributed between the seller and the consumer, before this issue becomes so enormous that we cannot protect our own nation. In this talk, I will discuss 3 solutions that could help resolve this issue, including raising the minimum age to handle alcohol in the business industry from 18 to 21, to develop a device to detect fake IDs, and also to make a law that states that government officials can come into the businesses undercover to make sure that businesses are following each rule and regulation. The first solution will be to raise the minimum age to handle alcohol in the business industry from 18 to 21. GeorgiaRestaurants.org's article on key laws from 2014 states that the age to serve, pour, or sell packaged liquor is 18 years of age. In the teen years, everyone is trying to fit in, and this leads to peer pressure that can be helpful but harmful depending on the situation. Community Salt article on taking the peer pressure out of peer pressure and underage drinking from 2003 states, evidence suggests that the most reliable predictor of a youth drinking behavior is the drinking behavior of his or her friends. In the workforce, there are many other jobs that teens can perform, whether it be serving and handling, other than serving and handling alcoholic beverages. These other jobs could include cleaning off tables or being a local service clerk at the local grocery store. In the end, happiness does not depend on the amount of money you make. This solution may not completely stop this issue, but raising the age limit will be a great start to a new future. The second solution is to develop a device that detects fake IDs. In society, there are all types of crimes that occur, but fake IDs are at the top of the list. Washington State's Liquor and Cannabis Board's article on selling responsibly from 2015 states, an ID must be valid and show the bearer's date of birth, the signature, and a photograph. In the business industry, every seller is different when it comes to selling alcohol and checking IDs. When cashiers glance over IDs, it makes it easy to look over a fake one. In small communities, customers can buy alcohol easily without their IDs being checked because everyone knows everyone. Cashiers are required to scan rewards cards, so it should be required to use a device that can detect fake IDs. This device could become an incentive for the cashiers if they used it. This device will be handheld and easy to use, and I can imagine that it would automatically call a manager. A manager would then come and double check. If it was a fake, then the managers would then get the law enforcement involved. This would cut down on the incidents that occur, especially if the customers know that if they get busted, that they would be punished. Criminal defense lawyers' article on Georgia minor in possession of alcohol charges and penalties from 2016 states the first offense for using a fake ID is a fine up to $300, a sentence up to 6 months in jail, and a driver's license suspension for 6 months. And the second offense is a fine up to $1,000, a sentence up to 1 year in jail, and a driver's license suspension for 1 year. I think that a handheld device that detected fake IDs would cut down on these occurrences and end illegal alcohol sales to minors. The third resolution could be to set a law into place that government officials can come into the store undercover to make sure that businesses are doing their job properly. BizFight's article on workplace rules protect your business and maintain a positive employee environment from 2016 states. Apart from the required rules and policies, you basically have free reign to choose additional rules to help you manage your employees. Many managers make up rules that look good on paper, but are hard for the employees to follow. Also, each manager comes up with their own rules if other managers are not around. This makes it hard for the employees to keep track of the rules and regulations. Every business must have a set that businesses run smoothly. Back when I was working at Ingalls in my hometown, corporate would come in undercover and unexpected to make sure things were running smoothly. Corporate would also make sure that the employees are acting in a professional and kind manner. If something was out of place, they would alert the managers and they would have to find a way to resolve the issue. If everything was running properly, the employees would be rewarded by an incentive such as a longer break or a personal thank you. This made a huge difference in how things were operating because nobody knew when an undercover official would be in the store. This should become a law because things would have to run smoothly all of the time instead of covering up mistakes before corporate comes in. If this was to become a law, businesses would be held on a higher level and this would slice a wedge into this public issue. There are all types of issues in life that can be resolved if citizens work together. Back to my friend's story, his family found out that he had made a deal with the local gas station's manager that he would go home and drink the 12-pack that was given to him. The manager did not know that he had his friends in the truck and that they were headed to a bonfire in the backwoods of Meriwether County. This decision and agreement led to many scars both mentally and physically to the friends in the truck. 3 of the 4 friends made it out safely, but my friend's life was left in jeopardy. Many accidents happen every day, and with the help from others, this can be resolved. National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism article on underage drinking for 2016 states alcohol is the most widely used substance of abuse among America's youth. And drinking by young people poses enormous health and safety risk. Businesses must follow every rule and regulation when it comes to following and obeying alcoholic laws. Because they never know what the customer is trying to do with the beverages. Remember, the decisions that you make today will impact your future for years to come.